Hello YouTube, this is Rapscallion. I've been procrastinating on the super smelter again, and today I have a different video to show you. This is a Shulker fill sorter. It'll sort a full Shulker box from an empty Shulker box from a partially full Shulker box. And it's actually an important component to the super smelter, which is why I designed it, because the super smelter only takes in full Shulker boxes. Now, you could create a sorter that just takes out the full, but I decided to go all out and separate the three types because it's useful for other sorting systems as well, where you might want to take in a shulker box and control where a partial box goes versus a full box versus an empty box. So managed to get it into a pretty compact space, and I'll show you how this thing works, okay? As always, had some help from some of the other collaborators. Milo helped out again on this one, and Inspector Talon also. We went through a few different versions to get it down to its size, but it looks like we are at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 2. This is not tileable by any means. It's really just intended as a pre-filter for other systems that you wouldn't need the tileability requirement. We did build some tileable versions, and I think Milo has one that is one wide tileable that does the same thing, but it's much larger to make it work. So the input is right here at the top. It can be through a chest or anything really, as long as it can read. Actually, doesn't even need to read the signal there. Reads the signal off of this hopper here to start the clock. So it'll start draining shulker boxes into this dispenser in the back, and this clock will start to dispense them and break them slowly enough that this comparator can read from the shulker box, and quickly enough that this tick from the observer will lock this in that same tick so that no items get pulled out of it. And it'll do this all at hopper speed. Probably important for me to mention that this is a hopper speed shulker fill sorter. So this part here is just the clock, including this piston. If there's no signal read, it's just going to fall into this dropper on the other side and down into this hopper and into this box. So this is where your empty shulkers will go. If it detects a signal at all, it's going to trigger these observers here, and it's going to push it all the way to the end. So whether it's full or partial, it's going to try and push it all the way to the end. But because we also have another circuit here to measure whether it's full, using a 14 signal strength off of this cake here, only to measure a change in this redstone dust if this shulker box is full. Then we get a signal to this second dropper. So when it fires here, it won't fire both of these droppers consecutively. It'll only fire the first, and your full shulker box will drop into the middle hopper and into this box here. So let's see it in action. Where did my chests go? Oh, here they are. I have two chests with different configurations for shulker boxes. So purple is your full, blue is your partial with just one item in it, and white is your empty. Here I'm going two different boxes through most of this, except for the end here, just so I've got an even distribution. And this one is alternating from full, partial, and empty all the way through. So I will take both of these, and we're going to plop them down right here. And let's see what happens. So you can see it here, pumping everything through. You can see the whites actually don't trigger the comparator if you are looking quickly enough. And it shouldn't take long to go through the whole chest, again, because we're operating at hopper speed. And there we go, it's done. So here's all our empty. Here are our full shulker boxes. And here are our partials. So super handy system. I don't need to do a tutorial on this. This is a 2 wide 6 by 5 design. You can see everything you need to see right here as we're looking at it. these droppers facing in this direction, these observers facing in that direction as well. And you can see everything from this side, where this observer is facing into this repeater, and this observer is facing back this way so that this one can shoot down and it can trigger the piston to come back up, and that's the clock. So again, no tutorial required. Everyone should be able to build this just by looking at this video. I realize that the outputs may not be ideal to be on different sides, but only did that so that it could be um, fitting within this form factor. If you really wanted to, you could just put your 3 barrels here, or your 3 outputs on this side, and point the hoppers into those barrels. That way you're getting the outputs, side by side, coming out on the same side. So this, again, this will work well for the super smelter design that I'm building. It'll also work well for item sorter inputs to, direct where you want those shulker boxes to go. And that's really it for today. Anyway, hopefully a quick video satisfies everyone, and I'll be on that super smelter as soon as I possibly can. Thanks again, YouTube, and have a great day.